Okay, cool. So, guys, thanks for jumping on. We'll keep letting people on here. It's 9 o'clock straight up here in Colorado. I'm fighting a cold. I got my IU's playing today. March Madness. It kicks off today. Indiana's not going to get very far, but I'll root for them while I can. So anyway, so, anyway, guys, thanks for jumping on. Just a reminder, we do this every Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Time here in Colorado, where I'm at. Agents from all over the country, mostly EXP agents, but open to all agents anywhere as we do this. And this morning, Andrew Vose, Colorado licensed in Florida. You in Florida right now, Andrew?
I am.
Are
Yep.
you? There you go.
Yeah, it's like pouring down rain. So I would
Oh,
show you
is it?
guys. It's not
Yeah.
anything pleasant to show you.
Yeah,
So
there you go. There you go. So anyway, Andrew's been with EXP now, what, 3 years, right?
just over. Yep.
Three years, Iconed 2 years, and just building a big team, or a traditional team, also building a revenue share team with EXP, but just doing some big things. You won an award, didn't you, like a year ago or something with social media as an influencer or something? You got something. I remember recognition for
Yeah,
something.
with Property Spark, they interviewed me. So named like top 5 in the state, and then they did a separate like team leader interview. So
Awesome. Yeah. So very cool. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Go ahead. And I know you got a hard out here, 35 minutes for another meeting you got to go to. So totally appreciate your time. We'll, guys, take notes. If you can, turn on your cameras. If you can. If you're driving or something, don't worry about it. But, just plug in with us, okay? The more interaction we get, the more questions we can get later, the more discussion, the better this turns out to be, always. So just a reminder, mute yourself, okay? If you got background noise, we're hearing you. So make sure you mute yourself along the way. Andrew, go ahead, man. Take it away. Appreciate your time.
yeah, appreciate you having me. Sean, Jeff, everybody else. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, so how's everybody doing today? Smiling. Yeah, I'm trying to like adjust because I'm actually staying with a friend right now. I'm moving into a new condo in like 10 days, and like my whole schedule is kind of thrown off. No coffee. I don't know where anything is. My clothes are like in a corner. So if I'm a little low energy, it's just because I'm not used to not having coffee, but it's kind of telling me. I was reflecting with Jeff earlier that I probably need to cut back on the coffee if I'm so dependent on it right now. So but yeah, I'll jump right into it. Like Jeff said, been with the company 3.5 years. I don't know anything else besides what some people have told me. And a lot of my business has been built online. I was brand new to Colorado. I was working a government job, and when I moved there, I had never been stationed there or anything. So I had to create friends. Sorry about that. I had to create like a network group of friends, right? So I started joining meetup groups for like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and kickball leagues. And, they actually recruited me off the kickball league for the kickball league because they saw me, and then they Instagram stalked me and saw that I won some championships in Florida. And they're like, we want you. I was like, all right. So they recruited me to be their friend, which was awesome, right? That's the best one. It's like a referral. So that's kind of how I did it. And I just started posting every day, 10 to 15 times a day on story and all that stuff. But I actually have a presentation for you guys. This is mainly for me to keep me on track. So we are in Colorado and Florida. This is the Florida logo because I was giving it to a group in down here in the Panhandle. But some of the key components I feel are crucial in social media, building your network and nurturing and client base online, and maintaining that after you close a house, right? Because the nurture and the client follow-up and all that is just as important as building that initial relationship. So we do it we go through networking, social and internet leads, miscellaneous, weekly emails, and newsletters. And if you guys have any questions in the middle, feel free to stop me. More than happy to answer any questions. I prefer more of the interactive than just me talking. So I'm going to go through here. All right. So building your network. So what we do is we teach all of our agents and ourselves to create a list of family and friends. And that is not your traditional, like, you know, sales where you're going to go through all of them and you're going to say, hey, do you want to buy a house? Hey, do you want to buy a house? Hey, I just started, I'm a realtor. Do you want to buy a house? That's not the approach we take. We do it. We create the list of families and friends because it helps you stay accountable. Because with accountability, you're just running ragged, right? You don't really know, you don't have any like set goals in mind or targets, or you don't have checklists, stuff like that. So what we teach is we want to help you get to the 5,000 friends. That's your max per personal page. So you want to try to max that out. So it allows you 50 per day, roughly, and you can go through. And what I recommend doing is finding people in, forums and groups you're in that are in your local areas. Don't pick all realtors. Don't pick all non-realtors. So you want to try to have a mixture. I would do an 80-20 rule. 80% non-realtors, 20% realtors. When you meet somebody, get their contact information, obviously phone number, email, all that stuff. But at the very least, have them add you on Instagram. And this is what I do. I say, hey, what do you prefer, Instagram or Facebook? I say, do you mind if I have your phone? And I find myself and I follow myself. And then I go immediately to my account in front of them and I follow them back. So now, now we're connected. They physically would have to go in and, say, hey, I don't want to be that guy's friend, or I want to unfollow him, right? Which is fine, because then that's probably somebody you don't want to associate with or work with in the future. So a good practice is 50 rule per day, 10 likes, shares, comments. A share is just taking somebody's post, pushing a little share button at the bottom and sharing it. I share like funny stuff. I try to avoid religious and political stuff, just because I don't want to show any bias, right? My clients, I don't really care what their views are. My goal is to serve them, right, and get them the whatever the situation is. If we're selling, get them the most possible money or reach their goals if money is not their goal. Or if it's a buyer, get them the best possible deal while trying to save them money in this crazy market. So comments, if someone comments on your post, you should take 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the day and go back and re-comment to them. Be like, hey, thanks for the comment. And maybe ask another follow-on question. Keep the conversation going, because the more comments and likes and shares you have on your post, the higher it stays on the feed when people are looking daily. I've seen posts that I saw a week ago pop back up for me because people are commenting, liking, sharing on it. So 10 chats or direct messages. So those, I'm going to go through a way to do that, but we use a hunt, farm, cultivate. So hunting is like you're going after the prey, if you will, right? You're asking them for the business, right? Hey, are you looking to possibly sell your house or you and your wife's house in the next 12 to 24 months? The farm is, hey, not sure if I'm a realtor, but just wanted to reach out to you and say, hey, I'm a realtor. I'm here as a resource. If you know anybody looking to buy or sell in your neighborhood in the next 12 to 24 months, please think of me. And then there's the cultivate. The cultivate, I like the best, but you're going to use all three of them. The cultivate is, hey, Jeff, I just saw your family just got back from the Grand Canyon. We've been looking to go. Do you got any suggestions? Or that those pictures looked amazing. Leave it at that. And then it'll kind of, if they check their messages, they'll probably reply thanks. Or if they're, or they may give you a longer answer, and just keep the conversation going a little bit. But they're not like supposed to be extended law, taking up your whole day. So five conversations per day, those can be in person, those can be on social media. And then one real conversation. The real conversation is like a cup of coffee or lunch or something like that, just to get to know somebody. And I'm very intentional with my time, but I don't waste other people's time. And what I mean by that is I make friends because I want to make friends. I don't make friends because I'm just trying to get something out of that person. So that's a waste of their time. You know, if you're just trying to friend them just to sell or buy them a house with them. Um, so think about that as you're going through the conversations and meeting people. So some examples that help me were sporting leagues, meetup groups, charity events, veteran groups, book clubs, whatever you like doing that you can go and build genuine relationships that you're passionate about, that, you know, and you're not going to like everybody you meet, but you can at least have common ground and say, yeah, I like softball. I like playing softball, right? That's something in common. So one of the cultivate messages, just an example here on the left. Hey, Mary, I saw your daughter just won their softball tournament. That's amazing. I want to say congrats. Hope all is well. I have used that, different name, but I have used that on a realtor in the Panhandle area. So, you know, just to kind of, you know, to talk with them about future real estate, because we're all colleagues in that industry. So that's how I stay in touch with people. I look at their page, send them a quick message, and boom. All right. So another way to get your contacts is just do a complete phone dump. So when you do that, you can, most CRMs, which is a contact management system. If you're with EXP, it's KV Core. If you're with another, there's Follow Up Boss, there's Top Agent, there's other ones. But you want to take your phone and you want to put it into the CRM, and you can manually do it or you can import it. And then you want to set up the tasks and send out emails and texts introducing yourself as a soft hello with the system. Let them know, because it may or may not come from your number, right? Depending on the system. And just introduce yourself and just let them know, hey, you're here to, as a realtor, if they need anything, you got them. All right, so social and internet leads. As you can see, I have my face almost on everything, right? And it's not because I do love myself, right? But as everybody should, but it's because it's brand recognition, face with name, face with name, face with name. So when I see people that say, oh, don't have your face on signs, I'm like, why? That's your face is your biggest brand you can have, your name and your face, right? So, you know, take care of yourself, but also like just make sure you put your face on everything. So how I did it is I had a government, hold on one second. I had a government job in when I started building real estate. So I had some expendable income. So what I did is I was like, man, I got to build my sphere fast. I got to build it as fast as possible and get my database filled. So I bought some Google and Facebook leads, spent a lot of money, and they didn't really go anywhere for two reasons. One, the intent for Facebook and Google leads are very, very low. The intent is higher on Google leads, but Facebook, they're mostly like looky-loos, right? They're just like, they're not really on Facebook to buy. But you do, I mean, the conversion's like, I don't know, 1 to 3% or something. But the other reason why I failed is because I didn't have any follow-up and I didn't have my systems in place through my CRM, like the tasks, emails, text messages. So if you're working with a CRM, which I highly, if you're not working with a CRM, get with a CRM, pick one that you like. We like KV Core and Follow Up Boss, but and set up your tasks and reminders, and definitely do that. Because if you're doing everything on a piece of paper and an Excel spreadsheet, things are going to get lost. And, or if you're really organized, they don't get lost. Your life's just going to get harder and harder as that database grows and grows, right? So, so with social media, all right. So Facebook and Google are both lead sources as well. Instagram as well. I've actually gotten leads from Snapchat and Instagram referrals and clients. So I recommend posting on social media 10 to 15 times a day. And that doesn't mean like posting on your wall. You should post on your wall 5 to 7 times a day or a week, excuse me, and then 10 to 15 times a day on your stories, because what you're doing with the stories is you're painting your lifestyle. You're walking people through your day. How my day usually starts, again, I told you guys at the beginning, my schedule is a little off, but how my day usually starts is I wake up, make my daughter food, make sure she's ready to go for school, bring her to school, and then I go to the gym. And that's when I start. Once in a while, I'll take a picture of like a cup of coffee, or if the water looks really beautiful, I'll take a picture of that. But it's mostly starts at the gym, because for me, my daily routine is drop her off at school, and then my day starts gym, so I'll take a gym picture, or, I'll just take something funny, or like a sauna picture, and I'll follow it up with what I'm listening to at the gym. So I listen to mostly like hip hop, EDM, a little bit of country at the gym. And then when I'm in the sauna, I listen to a book. So I take that 20 minutes, listen to the book, and I always post that stuff, and it walks people throughout your day. So I'll take a picture of like some classes we're doing, or some food, stuff like that. And you don't want it to be all like business oriented, because people know you're in business after a few couple posts. They want to know you. They want to get inside, like pull the curtain back, get inside your life, right? And if your guys' social media, I will say this, if your guys' social media is private, I would make it unprivate, because it's called social media, right? To be social. Not to waste all your time daily on it, right? That's why I had to get rid of TikTok, because I was like, this is too addicting. I was just scrolling through the reels. I was like, man, this is bad. But so yeah, so just 10 to 15 times a day, and it kind of walks them through your life. If you don't have things to post, you can go to other people's stuff and repost it to your story. Just share it. And you know what you do? Tag them with, you'll just do the little @ sign, and then type their handle name for Instagram or Facebook, and boom, you tag them in the post, they get notified, and they'll reshare it most of the time. And if they reshare it, now you just entered into their network, into their database, right? Because there's going to be ones or twos that may click on your post, click on that and be like, hey, who's this? Who's Marcy? Okay, let me go follow Marcy. So it's very important that you have like, in LinkedIn too as well. So I didn't say LinkedIn, but LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. If you have WhatsApp, I think you can post on their story as well. So all that. So
Andrew, can I ask you something real quick? So with stories, because I haven't used stories much at all. I am posting a lot on social media. I'm using a lot of social media, but do you post the same thing on Instagram and Facebook? Just like duplicate it? I mean, as far as the stories go, pretty much.
I do. Once in a while, I'll switch it up, because sometimes I get burned out of posting too, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so I'll take a picture on Instagram, and I'll download it, and I'll put it on Facebook or Snapchat. But sometimes I mix them up where they're not the same. Because most of the people that follow me on all platforms, but Snapchat is your sphere. You're going to get a lot of creepers on Snapchat, because Snapchat is full of creepers. I just want to be, especially women, just be careful, right? But those are all contacts from your phone. So that is a great place to market yourself. But if people's numbers change, just know that you may not be marketing to who you thought that number was going to, right? Because if Jeff, you and I grew up together, we had the same number growing up, then you change your number. Well, now it just now associates that number to whoever has it now. So,
So stories are big though. I just haven't used stories much.
Yeah. I mean, stories, reels, because what they do now with reels is if you post a good reel on Instagram, it automatically posts it to Facebook for you.
Okay.
Yeah. A great person that, and when I say great, I actually scroll through his stuff sometimes, because he posts so much, but he's always on my feed. He's there, is Ray Higdon. Yeah. Ray Higdon is a great guy to follow for that. I get annoyed of him, but what he's doing is working, because he's always there, right? And some of the stuff he posts is really funny, or it's like educational. So really like it. So Ray Higdon, he posts them all the time.
Cool.
All right. So weekly emails and newsletters. So I use Constant Contacts for weekly newsletters. I have one for Florida. I have one for Colorado. And I have if you spend like 50 or 80 bucks, they'll build you out a template for you. So all you have to do is plug and play. So I built my first couple through that template, and then I hired it out, and I pay somebody $25 per week to send that out. What they do is they send out events that are happening in that area, family events, and then also adult events, right? Because I potentially have a lot of single people on that want to just go out and network and get a beer or good bite to eat. So St. Patty's Day is right. St. Patty's Day is coming up this week, right? Like 2 days.
Yeah.
So
Thursday.
yeah. So what we do is we'll send out, top 5 places in Colorado Springs to get St. Patty's Day meal and beer. And it's like, okay, cool. Now you just provided them with a place, especially if you got new clients that are new to the area or thinking about coming and maybe in the area, you gave them something to do. Because I don't know about you guys, but I suck at thinking about stuff to do. I'm like, man, there's nothing to do. I'm always like that with my daughter. So now I'm like scrambling on a Friday or Saturday to bring her to do something, because I always think there's nothing to do, but there's tons to do. We just don't think about it sometimes. All right. So weekly newsletters to the whole database. So my Colorado one goes out to everybody. My Florida one goes out to everybody. I have 16,000 people in my database that it goes out to. My open rate is about 20%, which is really, really good. When I first started, it was really, really low, right? But consistency, I've gotten 3 referrals in the past 12 months from that, 2 buyers and 1 referral. So it's been really, really good to me. And it cost me, I don't know, $100 a month, maybe, so it's definitely worth it. So put all your buyers and sellers info into HomeBot or something similar. So HomeBot, as soon as you buy or sell a house, right, it's mostly going to be for future sellers or current buyers. So once your buyer closes on a house, I put all their info straight into HomeBot. Boom. Now they're getting a monthly digest of what their home is worth. And if you partner with a lender, there's some lenders out there that have corporate discounts. So instead of paying $40 a month, you'll pay like 25 or 30. So you save like 10, 15 bucks there. So what that does is it tells them what their market's doing. So 80920 in Colorado Springs, your markets, your appreciation's been 3 to 5% or something. Okay, boom, this is what you can rent your house out for. And then it also does what I really like, because I'm in this space, and I want my clients to know all the info, all the information to make the most money, or what their goals, to meet their goals. It gives them Airbnb data too. So it is great. It's a great tool. And there's other tools out there, but I think there's nothing like HomeBot. I mean, it just forewarned me. A guy reached out to me last night, was like, hey, do you have any buyers for my house? Looked up the house. It's a $700,000 house in Colorado. Of course we have buyers. Shoot, there's buyers everywhere, So we pushed it out to my team this morning, and we're trying to get a buyer, get in there to look at it. But what it also did this morning is it told me who has a potential for refis. So I'm going to download that list, and I'm going to provide that list to my lender. And my lender is going to now love me, right? He pulls 1 or 2 of those out of there that they can refi. Man, I'm always just constantly trying to provide value, because the more you provide, the more you get in return.
Can I ask you something real quick, Andrew, on HomeBot with that? Because I know Aaron Ken, Aaron. I mean, he swears by HomeBot. Same thing. He's used it for a while. We're getting it set up right now, my wife and I. You put all your past clients in there. Is that primarily who you use it for?
Yeah, and what I do is I also download clients from RedX. So
Okay.
I use Redx, used to use Vulcan 7. So what I would do is I would download that list that comes out, refreshes daily, and I throw them into HomeBot. And now if I can't get in touch with them, now they're getting emails from me. Plus I add monthly from HomeBot. Plus I add them to my weekly newsletter. They can unsubscribe. And, once in a while I get emails that say, hey, how'd you get my information? Well, it's public record. It's on here, right? And they say, well, can you unsubscribe me? So I just unsubscribe them. Some people are combative about it, but how else are we supposed to build our database, right?
Right.
So that's what I do. And then to stay in contact or to send gifts out, we hired a marketing team that does a lot of this stuff that I'm sharing with you now, like the HomeBot, Rocket Notes, Boomerang. Rocket Notes used to be Banner Season. I think they might have changed their name again, but if you type in Banner Season and then Ditch the Basket, that's the program we used to use. It's a 2-year client nurture. Every 3 months, it sends them a gift card, ask them for a referral, asks them to post it on social media and tag you. So it asks all the questions for you, and my clients do it, right?
What's the name of it?
Banner Season.
Okay, that's the one that does the gift?
Yeah, it's called Ditch the Baskets or Ditch the Basket.
Okay.
And it's about $600, and it'll send out a gift every quarter. It'll send out initial closing gift and a gift every quarter, like gift card and stuff like that. Like I had a client reach out to me that said, thank you so much. We haven't had a date night. We're using the movie gift card you sent us. And be honest with you, I didn't even know, right? Like I didn't know, but they posted on social media, tagged me, and they are repeat clients of mine. So $600. And if I know there's different markets and price points and stuff like that, they have cheaper ones than that. So $600 may break the bank on some, but they have cheaper ones. So Boomerang, all my clients go into Boomerang too. Boomerang is a monthly postcard that goes out. That's like a buy one burger, get one free type deal, right? It gives them deals for their local area. This is great for clients new to the area. I've even added people that chose not to list with me or buy with me, and I added them to this, and they've still texted me and thanked me and stuff like that, right? So, and then client appreciation events. So even if you're a solo agent, team, brokerage, whatever, do client appreciation events, monthly, quarterly, whatever you have the capacity to do, and just get everybody in a room. And we've gone to local breweries with food trucks, and everybody gets two beer tickets, brings everybody together. The agents love it. They get to be around their clients again. So really good. All right. Join and network in your company's referral networks, spots, whatever. I know every company has a place for referrals, right? We use Workplace for ours. I'll actually be speaking on Labco agents tomorrow. So if you're free, I'd love to see you there building as a new agent in a brand new market. So get on there, network with people. My first year, I sold 22 homes, and I did 90% of that. Don't quote me on that if you look up my numbers, but 90% of that was from the referral network at our brokerage. So it was amazing. And right, I think when I started with our brokerage, there was like 90 agents or 80 agents or something in Colorado Springs, and nobody was on it. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, I'm going to capitalize on this. Right. And I went to them and I found, all right, who's a top agent in Chicago? Who's a top agent in San Diego? Who's a top agent in Tampa? And I just started tagging them whenever I'd see referrals for them. And what do? Tag me, right? Without even talking to them. I was like, oh, they look like a sharp person. They've done well and then if somebody does well for me, I always refer them, because I want to keep that relationship open. So join your referral network, join lab coats, build business through referrals, because that's the most powerful business you can have is referrals. All right, partners with lenders and vendors. So you want to build a relationship with your lenders and vendors, so where they're sending you referrals, right? My first year, I sent all my business to one guy, and it turned out to be a one-way street. You know, he wasn't sending me business back. So I found a new vendor and lender. You know, I don't have time to I want a two-way relationship. Same thing with a romantic relationship. It's got to be two-way or it doesn't work, right? Same thing with business. It's got to be two-way or it doesn't work. So be patient, be real with them. And, you know, I feel like if your lenders are sending you business, you're doing a great job, because they have a million other people they could be sending lenders to, or referrals.
Hey, Andrew, quick question on that. Do you feel like when you're dealing with your agent, if lenders just reciprocating by sponsoring events for you, doing those type things, do you feel like that's as valuable as sending referrals to you?
I do, right? We have them do open houses with us. We have them sponsor client appreciation events with us. We have all that, just because I do think it's valuable. It's valuable to the pocket, right? Because we're all trying to save money, right? The less money we can spend, the better. But it gets your clients, because a lot of times your clients have never met the lender that helped them make one of the largest purchases in their lifetime, right? So now it puts a face to the name. If it's not the same lender, okay, they may need to refi in the future, right? So maybe they have some questions about refining to a conventional to free up their VA loan so they can buy at their next location. So yeah, I think it's good for them to sponsor.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I've got like lenders only have so much business to pass around because their clients are realtors, you know, mostly. But I have felt that way too. You know, if I've got a couple of partners who are willing to invest in events and things like that, then I've always felt that was if you can't give me leads, then that's the least we expect to have some reciprocal business.
Yep. Though they were like buying me baseball tickets, and I'm like, I want referrals. I can buy myself baseball tickets, right? I want clients, I want relationships, I want that. I don't need to go to a baseball game. So, so that's kind of where I draw the line. But all right, so geo farming with door knocking, flyers, postcards, and phone calls. So I use RedX for my phone calls. If anybody wants to jump on it, hopefully this is okay. If you message me, I have a referral link for you. I'm an ambassador for RedX. So if you have any questions, I can do a training for you, or I can just send you the hour-long call session that I share with everybody. I make like 4 contacts, add them into HomeBot, all that stuff. But if you door knock every open house or neighborhood and you flyer drop with you, some agents or some lenders, postcards get expensive, right? So I don't send that many postcards, but they do work. I send them through Boomerang, but to farm a whole area, it could get expensive because you need to send those monthly, right? But it costs you nothing but time, really, to go out and door knock. If you add flyers in there, you can get flyers for like 19 to 29 cents a piece. And then phone calls. With the phone calls, it's basically just a soft pull. It's just like a soft phone call. Hey, this is Andrew Vose with eXp Realty. Our team just sold a house in your neighborhood, and you can use our brokerage, right? Because if you look up on KV Core, you can see all the listings for your brokerage. So you can see if there's any sold and be like, hey, we just sold a property in your neighborhood. Just want to see if there's anything in the world I could do for you. Great. I'd love to stay in touch with you through email. What's your email? And you're going to get people that say, no, don't call me, or hang up on you, blah, blah, blah. That's you get people like that walking on the street. So don't worry about it. Just go through the numbers, and the more you get your face and name and voice out there, the more you become the market expert. Circle prospecting, that's kind of what I just talked about. We used a dialer for that. Let me go back actually. So for the flyers, you should start with an introductory flyer, like who am I? Or meet your agent type deal, right? And get a little bit of be vulnerable on there. You know, you don't have to tell them your whole life story. Like, yeah, I went to jail for jaywalking, right? You know, you don't have to do any of that, but like, just say like, hey, I'm Andrew. I'm from upstate New York. I have a beautiful 6-year-old daughter. I'm in your area frequently. You know, we hang out at this park, blah, blah, blah. If there's anything in the world I could do for you, you know, maybe give a little bit of your credentials and how you can serve them. What do you bring to the table that's different than other people? All right. So circle prospecting. Hey, we just sold a property at 123 Banana Street. Just want to see if there's anything in the world I could do for you. You guys have heard circle prospecting before. It's not new. It's just letting them know that you're there. And, you know, I usually open it up with, hey, it's Andrew Vose with eXp Realty. How you doing today? Great, man, this weather is crazy. It doesn't even feel like Florida. I feel like I'm back in Colorado, you know, kind of chuckle because everybody in your area can relate to the weather, right? If the weather's been great, we can all relate. If it's been bad, we can all relate, you know? And then I just say, hey, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. But here, we just sold a property in your neighborhood, got over $60,000 over asking price. That is, once it's closed, it's public information. So you can say that. Go from there. And then expireds and FSBOs, they're hard, right? But it's a good way to build your database. We use RedX, MLS, Zillow, all that stuff, but just know that their guard is already up. The expireds, they're either pissed off at their realtor because they don't feel like their realtor did a good job, or they're mad at themselves because they didn't listen to their realtor about pricing, or right, or it just didn't sell. You know, FSBOs, they obviously think they can do it themselves, and there's a lot of people that have done it themselves, but you know, they have their guard up as well. But it's all about value. How much value can you provide? And that is my social media presentation.
Tons of stuff, Andrew.
I kind of burned through it.
You're good, man. You're good. I know you're on a time crunch here. Guys, real quick before Andrew leaves, any specific questions for him? And then we'll open it up here for some discussion, but some great things in there. A lot of things to chew on and think about. Any thoughts, comments, questions for Andrew before he goes? Don't be shy. Anybody?
Hey, I'll put my Instagram handle here. If you guys want to reach out, shoot me a message, follow me, I'll follow you back. And
Andrew, if you could, I used RedX a long time ago. It's been a long time. Can you send me your info on RedX? I'm gonna get back in touch with you on that. Okay.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. Just send that to me. So I know you got to run. So.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you guys here, I'm gonna put my number here too. If you guys need anything, want to reach out, pick my brain on any systems, feel free.
Cool. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks,
sir.
Andrew.
Appreciate it.
That was
Okay.
Thanks.
Guys, stick around here. Let's keep talking. Andrew, thank you. Have a good day. Let's open up some mics. Talk about this. Who's using social media right now as far as like just really actively working that for your business? Come on, nobody? I know you are. Robert, what kind of stuff are you doing, Robert? Can you just open up and share a little bit?
I mean, sometimes it's hard to always be posting stuff about what you're doing every day. So I kind of supplement that with list reports, sometimes have shareables that they come out with daily. I'll just put up, random tips about buying or selling or financing if I don't have something that comes to mind in terms of a post.
Are you doing it primarily on Facebook or Facebook, Instagram, multiple platforms? What are you doing?
I'll do both, mostly Instagram. But every now and again, I try to do like 1 or 2 a week on Facebook.
Okay. Are you, do you have a business page and a personal page, both, or, okay.
Yes.
So with all of your real estate stuff, what's the ratio, do you think? Are you posting all of it on both, or just primarily your business page, or how do you work that?
Put the real estate related stuff on my business page, but then as he had mentioned that I would take that post and I would share it on my personal page. So my sphere, the people that I know on my personal page will still see those things. But I try to keep them a little bit more separate. So
Right.
all of the real estate stuff stays on the professional page. And then I'll just share that to my story on my personal page.
Okay. That's good. Well, then it would lead them back to your business page, the ones that aren't on there. That's a
Exactly.
good idea. Okay. That's good. Good. Very cool. 10 to 15 times a day. I was like, wow, like that's a lot, you know? But I
And
get it with this story, and I will tell you, Andrew, seriously, like last year, I mean, he did 264 deals, I think, his first 3 years, and most of that was him. A lot, he did start building a team. So, after, I forget what the time frame was. I did an interview with him here recently on my page, and he eventually started building a team, and now he's built a traditional team because it was way more than he could handle. But, a lot of it came through just, social media and doing all the stuff that he talked about there. Just super active on it. I liked his idea about because I do this, commenting when people comment on my posts. I might like the comments, but it's very rare that I comment back. And that's something I picked up, like comment back or go comment on their post and get a conversation going a little bit, I know the algorithms work where all of a sudden now they start seeing more of your posts, which is good. Emmanuel, so you unmuted yourself. What thoughts do you have on all this stuff? Oh, I can't hear you, Emmanuel. I'm sorry. Can't hear you. Maybe it's your mic. Okay. Good stuff. I'm sorry. Let's see. No, I thought you were coming back on there. What other thoughts do you guys have with this?
Jeff,
Anybody-
I was going to
Go
make
ahead.
a comment because I'm starting to do exactly what you're doing with the social media and so forth. Going to start the interviews next week, but the part that he talked about that just I don't know if as we've gotten older, all of us that are I don't know if it's 50s, 40s, whatever, but to do the post about yourself, that is just the hard. You know what I mean? I guess that's just a generation growing. I can't even imagine because I personally I laugh at all that everybody putting on what they're having for lunch with it. That's just so bizarre to me. So that's the hardest part I can see with that to try to do what he's doing. But I wanted to make a comment on something else I just got to learn. I want to say it was last Thursday. I was on a training. And for those that may not know it, we've got the iBuyer platform. And I got agents ask me all the time, or when I'm interviewing agents, they're saying, man, I wish I could just get more listings. Our iBuyer platform, here's what people are doing. If you're not familiar with this, you can get certified through our company. Doesn't take you very long to get certified to be an iBuyer. You could you could put information out, whether or not you want to farm an area, whether you do it through social media, that you can get them a cash offer within 24 hours and the house would be sold within 10 days. Well, you put that out there and keep sending information out, you're going to have enough potential prospects biting off and wanting to know what the cash offer is. The guy who was doing the training was Sean Kokoski, and he was saying that if you do that, and then you go sit down with that client 24, 48 hours later, give them their cash offer, and then just say, hey, I happen to run comps in your area, and we can get this much more. And they said 97% of the time, if they don't go with the cash offer, they end up choosing you as an agent if they decide to sell the house because you just now opened up the door because they're curious about the cash offer. They see they can make 30, 50, 70,000 more on the traditional route, potentially choose you as an agent. Now you start getting listings. I'd never really heard that. I mentioned that to 2 or 3 agents, like, man, that's a great idea, but you got to get certified. Has anybody done that and got certified to be an iBuyer or to use the iBuyer platform? Anybody? Jeff, were you familiar with that?
I am familiar with it. Yeah. I haven't done it yet. I know Lane was looking at it. We haven't done I know several people here that have done it, and been certified.
Don, I've done it as well.
Have you, Brian?
Yeah, and I've used it on a couple deals. We ended up not getting the listing. Sorry, I'm on my phone, but it does get you in the door. And most of the iBuyer stuff that I've had that's come through this is it's been referrals through EXP. Honestly, because they knew I was an iBuyer and I was in a territory that they didn't really have anybody set up to do it. So I took it on, and we did not get the listings, but it got my foot in the door. And the 2 that I actually done, the one guy pulled his house, didn't sell it, and the other guy sold it himself. I think he used this more for the information to try to do it as a FSBO.
Cool.
Hey,
I saw
Jeff,
your, and I saw your message, Maria, that you're certified. Go ahead. Who was it?
it's me.
There you
I
go,
think
man.
I fixed my microphone
Okay, there you go.
situation.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, since we were all talking about social media, as odd as it may seem, I am on Instagram, Facebook, but somehow lately LinkedIn, ever since I met Sean uh, Corbett, LinkedIn has been my go-to social media source, and it
Really.
has produced uh, better results than any of the sources I just mentioned. I'll just give you an example. Lately, I've been seeing a local realtor, and she's doing these short little video clips of lead generation. I forgot her name, but regardless. So, what I got from that was I'll just give you one of the things that we made a video of, and it's contacting people you used to work with. And by doing so, um, I have two good future clients right now. Um, we're looking at houses near Cedar Creek. Uh, he happens to want to buy a house down there, and he may even list his house in the future. So it's just that's just an example. There are others, but it's all on how you communicate with people.
How often are you posting on LinkedIn?
I don't even post that much. It's just
Okay.
reaching out to people I worked with, and now I'm engaging with people that are in the fire protection industry.
Okay.
I even made a post not too long ago about how I am not just a real estate agent. I am a licensed fire alarm inspector in the state of Texas. And I basically reached out to everyone in the fire protection industry in all of Dallas, Fort Worth. Also, I have Houston connections. And I used to work for Johnson Controls, one of the biggest building automation and fire protection companies, not just in the United States, but in the whole world. So that's what I'm doing.
Gotcha. One of the things you mentioned, like that realtor that's doing the videos, like the lead generation stuff. Like one of the things I would tell you guys, like there's just, some ideas like for, training I was on here recently, like how you could even like pick your town, like wherever you live. And, here's, I don't know, 5 of the best coffee shops, or here's 5 of the best restaurants that you like or whatever. And, to go and do a video out front of that restaurant, or even to ask go in and meet the owner of the restaurant. Hey, I'm a realtor here in town. I'm reaching out to a lot of people, got people moving here. I've got a YouTube channel that I'm creating. Wanted to do a quick video on your restaurant just to promote your restaurant. Would that be cool? Of course it's cool. They're going to let you could interview the manager of the restaurant for 5 minutes, like a quick, and put a video together. That video is going to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you could post it and create a YouTube channel, whatever. And here's like, my 10 favorite restaurants in Colorado Springs for me. And you create a playlist on there. And now you start sending some of those things out to potential clients that are moving in here from other places, leads that are coming in from out of town. You could do that with anything, whatever, places, I don't know, 5 places to go with your kids in Colorado Springs, whatever, the 5 best this, the 5 best that, whatever, and just go do some videos. One of the things I know, Grant Cardone does this, he'll take and just, here's a topic that you want to talk about, and he'll just record himself and just start talking, because he knows about whatever this topic is. So he'll talk for 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, and he'll record that video. And then he'll take that video and chop it into, 10 3-minute segments. So now here's a 30-minute talk that he just did talking about some topic, and he made 10 videos out of it. And just to post those now every few days, another 3-minute video, because people aren't going to sit down most of the time and watch a 30-minute video, but they'll watch 3-minute videos. And you can create this content really pretty quickly, and you guys are all experts in different areas of what you do with your real estate. There's so many ways to do it. We don't think about this stuff. And I think to create a YouTube channel, You know, there's so many ways to do that. That's another part of social media that Andrew did not talk about. But to create that channel and to create some different playlists on there, you know, that you can do as a realtor, and you could, you know, different tips that you could give on financing, different tips you could do on, you know, whatever things to watch out for in your home inspection, and just you could do. There's so many different topics you could come up with, but do some things just even locally in your community, which now is going out to all these people that you're bringing in, internet leads, all this kind of stuff, people you're connected with on social media, you know, that are looking to move to wherever you are. Um, I liked what he said too, in terms of like, I noticed this last weekend. It was a lot of the high school state championships, basketball championships were going on here in Colorado. And I saw a bunch of my different friends who were posting about, you know, their son or their daughter, you know, whatever, their team just got third place in state or first place in state. We had one here recently, locally right here. And I thought about that, you know, to comment on there, to just comment on that post, you know, hey, congratulations, whatever, that's awesome, whatever, or to send a direct message to that person, something like that, just to get that engagement going, whatever. I mean, there's so many reasons or things that you could comment on and start getting that interaction going back and forth, and just building that rapport. And it's, you know, and be genuine about it, you know. And over time, what does that do? I mean, you know, they start thinking about you in terms of their neighbors looking to sell. Hey, you should call, you know, Sean, you know, man, you know, Sean's a great guy, man. We've been in touch now for a couple of years. It's just that kind of stuff. But Angie, what can you unmute yourself, Angie, real quick? Not to put you on the spot. What kind of thoughts do you have off of just some of this comments, some of the things we've been talking about here? Just anything, you know, I know you've been engaged with this. What thoughts do you have? Are you using social media very much right now?
I'm conservative. I'm not one to be on it all day long.
Sure.
I try to do maybe 5 posts a week.
Okay.
I'll always post something about a closing or under contract, and then reshare maybe some educational stuff, but some personal things about the community or my life, just so people know what type of person I am. But I'm very conservative. I'm not one.
Sure.
I probably won't ever go that route.
Yeah.
But I still have good ideas and tips on. I like the idea of maybe engaging more with other people's posts. That's probably what I'll focus on. Just
Sure.
the people who do like to post, I'll just engage more with them.
Sure. One thing I would say was with Facebook, and I think even Instagram, you're limited a little bit on time, but I know Facebook, to go live on Facebook every now and then with something. And once you do it a few times, it's not that bad. It's not that hard. But Facebook loves it in terms of the algorithm with Facebook. They love it when you go live, and they love it when you start getting some engagement, you know?
Yeah, maybe on St. Patrick's Day, if I have a beer in my hand, I'll get ready.
Yeah. Well, and I wrote that down, you know,
Something fun.
top 5 St.
Yeah.
Patty's Day places to go, you know, whatever. I'm going to post that later today. I thought, you know, there's just different things you can think about. Just, it's not real estate related, but, you know, Kathy, go ahead. What were you saying?
Well, I was just going to say, I feel like, you know, when I tell my agents this, I feel like it's critical that in today's day and time that we're going, and I need to do a better job, but we're going live on Facebook. You know, we need to do live videos, because I believe at the speed at which social media is happening, if we as agents are not doing that, I feel like we are going to be left in the dust in the next couple of 3 years. And so, you know, that may be harsh, but I believe that's the reality of our business. And so,
I've been seeing you going live.
I just tell people
You've been going
that.
live lately.
I've been going live some. I need to do a lot more,
Sure.
But because I really do feel that way, you know, it is like social media is the big thing now. And like you just said, the algorithms, they like the lives, you know, so whether we like them or not, you know, or whether we're comfortable or not, I think it's a critical part of our business. And then one other last thing that I wanted to add is talking about YouTube. We didn't talk a whole lot about YouTube, but you know, there's if y'all go look on YouTube, Colorado's Finest Agents, like look what they're doing out there. You can also look up, like they're in Tennessee, the same people that train the Colorado's Finest Agents people, they've trained, if you go look up, you know, avoid, like in YouTube, avoid moving to Nashville, Tennessee, which is where I'm at. You can kind of get a feel for the stuff that they're doing. And I would say create a YouTube channel and then start doing some things like that. Like you can do the best restaurants, kind of all the stuff that we're talking about, but also you know, things that catch people's attention if they're moving to Colorado, if they're moving to Nashville or whatever city you're in. Like you want to avoid these neighborhoods or avoid these areas. Now we got to be careful what you're talking about when you're talking about that based on their housing laws. But go watch a couple of those people's videos and see what they're doing, because the title is all about just drawing them in, right? It's all about just drawing them in, and you're doing the video. So you want to become the expert in your area. And these guys that are teaching some of this YouTube strategy, like their doggone business went from like 5 million to 90 million in volume.
Yeah.
And they're using some of these strategies, some of those sites I just gave y'all to check out.
For sure. Well, one of the things, guys, I would tell you to do is just, you know, I mean, again, it's not like there's all this new stuff going on. There's new stuff happening, but you can go back and just go find Tina Call, you know, EXP agent, huge on video. Now, again, she had a post back in December, and I was going to try and find it, but I have to scroll way back. I'll find it. She shared about how her mentor was telling her to use more video, and she fought it. She did like 3 videos total, like in 2000, I don't know, like 7 years ago. And she had like 10 subscribers, whatever it was. You know, she did 3 more videos the next year. She started doing it here about, I don't know, 2 years ago or something. And she's up to like 6, 7, 8,000 subscribers now on YouTube. And there's people watching videos that she did 3 years ago. And that's the power of that video, is it works 24/7 for you when you do it. You know, and you'll get people on there all hours of the day and night watching these videos. And it's like a marketing thing. But you could go back and watch Tina's videos, Kyle Whistle, Dan Beer. There's some big agents like on YouTube. Just watch some of their videos. You could take one video, watch it 3 or 4 times, and now go make your own video. Just duplicate what they did. It's okay. You can do exactly what they did. Just listen to it a few times and do, you know, get ideas from it, and now go do those videos. And they don't have to be perfect. The nice thing about Facebook Live is that it's showing really who you are. In fact, the more unpolished you are, sometimes people are drawn to that. Okay, because you know like you're human at that point. There's not all the flashy bells and whistles and the intro videos and all this kind of stuff going on. Yeah, Kathy just posted, the more imperfect, the better. That's the nice thing about Facebook Live. You stumble around a little bit, it's okay. One of the last thing I'll share with you, and we're going to go here in a second. I'm working right now on building my Instagram followers, okay? And because I'm building this. One of the things that I've been doing is with, you know, I do this every day. It takes me, if I keep up with it every day, it takes me 15, 20 minutes. What I'm doing right now is all the people that are following me, you know, I send them a personal video to thank them for following me. So what I do is, I don't do it through Instagram. What I do is I just go on my phone and I go to the camera app and I hit the video button and, you know, just put it back on me and, you know, whatever. So, you know, hey, Kim, Jeff Morrell here. We just connected on Instagram, you know, a little bit ago. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. Totally appreciate it. I'm a realtor in Colorado Springs, been doing it for 20 years. I give a quick 30-second like little testimonial about myself. You know, been in the top 20 in town, had the #1 Keller Williams team for 5 years, been at EXP for 4 years. It's been awesome. If I can ever help you at all in your business or anything about Colorado Springs, making a move here, would love to help you. You know, thanks again for the follow. Have a great day. And I personalize it. Don't just do a video and then just copy, paste. I personalize it for everybody. You know, that way they know it's coming directly from them. I can't tell you how much interaction I'm getting with that. You know, they'll reply back. Wow, thank you so much. You know, that was great. Thanks for the video. Yeah, whatever. Just you get this interaction going with some of those people. And so it takes a little bit of time, but if I do it on a daily basis, it takes me 15, 20 minutes. If I wait for 3 or 4 days and I don't do it now, it's an overwhelming, hour and a half of doing these videos. But I'm doing that with everybody. Yeah, Kathy said, happy birthdays. Just send them a video. And you could do that with any clients that you have. Just do a video and then just text message them the video. Okay. Something to think about. You could do that through Messenger, on Facebook, just these personal videos instead of just a chat or a message like that, or even a text. I'm doing more video texting, same kind of thing, because it just engages. And here's what I will tell you this, don't, do your video and send it. Don't do it and watch it. Why should you not watch that video before you send it? Angie, why shouldn't you watch that video before you send it?
Because you won't send it.
Exactly. You'll do it again and you'll do it again. And 20 minutes later, now you finally send the video, whereas you could have sent 10 more videos over those 20 minutes. Okay. That's it. But to send out a text video like that, again, engaging with that from video, I'm telling you, that's huge right there, what that does. And you could do that for birthdays, anniversaries, again, somebody with a trip, a congratulations on their son's basketball tournament, just all kinds of things that you could do like that. Personalize it through Instagram, through Facebook Messenger, just texting people like that, but do a video text. It just makes it that much more personal, and you will get a lot of engagement with that. Something to think about.
Even with your clients,
Totally.
I will do that every while with clients, right? Or a prospect that I'm maybe working with, not even trying to pick new business up. But again, it's something different that just sets you apart. Like, I don't do it every time, but usually at least once during the engagement, working with a client, I'll do a video text message versus just texting them information or picking up the phone and calling.
For sure. Good stuff. Any last comments, questions, anybody? Appreciate you guys being on here. Just a reminder for those of you in Colorado Springs, we have our lunch and learn tomorrow at View House. We are doing happy hour on Thursday, St. Patty's Day, from 4 to 6. And then Thursday morning, we'll be back on here, different ID number, but for the agent attraction training, those of you that are participating in that want to do that, we'll be back here next Tuesday, same time. So, okay. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Have a great day. Have a great week. If we can help you all, let us know. Okay? You got it, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Colorado Springs sounds like the place to be.
Place to be, man. Come on out, man. I'll help you find a house.
I'll be there.
All right, man. We'll see you guys.